Do you know what the ugliest thing in this world is? It's not failure. It's not weakness. It's watching someone with potential waste their life because they're too comfortable to become anything better. And if that made you uncomfortable, good. Maybe there's still a pulse in that lazy body of yours. Every day, I look at people who say they have dreams. They talk about success like it's a destination they're guaranteed to reach. They say they want to be rich. They want respect. They want to become the best. Then they sleep in. They scroll through their phones. They wait for motivation to magically appear. And somehow, they expect the world to reward them. It's pathetic. You want to know the difference between people like you and people who stand at the top? Talent? Luck? Connections? Keep lying to yourself if it helps you sleep. The difference is that the people at the top accepted something you refuse to understand. Nobody cares about your excuses. Not your parents. Not your friends. Not society. Not your competition. The moment you fail, someone else takes your place without hesitation. You think the world owes you another chance? The world doesn't even notice you're gone. That's reality. And reality doesn't care about your feelings. You keep telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll wake up early. Tomorrow you'll study. Tomorrow you'll train. Tomorrow you'll build your business. Tomorrow you'll chase your dream. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. People like you are addicted to tomorrow because tomorrow doesn't require action. Today does. Today demands sacrifice. Today demands discipline. Today demands that you shut up and work. Most people can't do that. That's why most people stay average. Average students, average athletes, average workers, average lives, average graves. And somehow they're proud of it. They gather around each other, protecting their mediocrity like it's something valuable. The moment someone aims higher, they call that person obsessed. The moment someone sacrifices comfort, they call them crazy. The moment someone refuses to settle, they call them arrogant. I've heard it all before. The opinions of average people have never impressed me. Why would I take advice from someone who gave up on themselves? Think about that. Why are you listening to people who never achieved what you want? Why are you asking permission to become better? Why are you waiting for approval from people who are afraid to improve their own lives? Weak people always want company. If they're drowning, they want you underwater with them. The second you start changing, they'll tell you you've changed too much. Exactly. That's the point. You should change. The version of you sitting there right now isn't enough. You know it. I know it. The only person pretending otherwise is you. You hate hearing that because you've built an identity around your limitations. I'm not talented. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't care. The person who beats you probably has problems too. They just don't announce them every 5 minutes. They solve them. That's what winners do. They adapt. They adjust. They improve. Meanwhile, losers collect excuses like trophies. Do you know what's funny? People think confidence comes first. Wrong. Confidence is earned. You build confidence by keeping promises to yourself. You say you'll wake up at 5. Do it. You say you'll train. Do it. You say you'll study. Do it. You say you'll work on your dream. Do it. Stop negotiating with yourself. Every time you break your own word, you're teaching your mind that you're unreliable. Then you wonder why you don't believe in yourself. You created that problem. Fix it, and stop looking for motivation. Motivation is unstable. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Some days you'll feel exhausted. Some days you'll question everything. Who cares? Your feelings are temporary. Your standards shouldn't be. The people you admire didn't reach the top because they felt inspired every morning. They reached the top because they worked when they didn't want to, especially when they didn't want to. That's the part nobody likes to hear. The highlight reels are entertaining. The championships, the money, the applause. Nobody wants to watch the lonely mornings, the repeated failures, the endless practice, the nights where you wonder if any of it is worth it. But that's where greatness is created, not under the spotlight, in silence, while everyone else is distracted, while everyone else is sleeping, while everyone else is making excuses. Someone out there is becoming better than you. Right now, while you're deciding whether to put in effort, someone else is training, someone else is learning, someone else is improving, someone else is taking the opportunity you were too comfortable to chase. And one day you'll meet that person. You'll call them gifted. You'll say they're lucky. You'll say life was unfair. No, you just lost because they wanted it more. You have two choices: accept being average, or become someone average people can't understand. The second option isn't easy. You'll lose friends. You'll spend less time chasing entertainment. You'll miss parties. You'll make sacrifices nobody applauds. You'll have moments where you question yourself. Good. That means you're moving forward. Growth isn't comfortable. Comfort is dangerous. Comfort convinces you that you're doing enough. Comfort whispers that you deserve a break. Comfort tells you one missed day doesn't matter. Then, one day becomes 1 week. 1 week becomes 1 month. 1 month becomes 1 year. Suddenly you're looking back, wondering where your life went. I refuse to live like that. You should refuse too. Set a standard so high that your old habits can't survive. Stop competing with the people around you. They're irrelevant. Compete with the version of yourself from yesterday. Beat that person every single day. Read 1 more page. Run 1 more mile. Take 1 more risk. Learn 1 more skill. Push 1 more rep. Stay focused 1 more hour. Tiny victories become impossible results. The people at the top understand that. Average people want instant success. Great people trust repetition. They know that 1,000 ordinary days create an extraordinary life. And if you fail, stand up. Again, if you lose, learn. If people laugh, ignore them. If they doubt you, good. Their doubt changes nothing. Your effort changes everything. Stop trying to prove people wrong. Prove yourself right. Become so skilled that excuses can't touch you. Become so disciplined that distractions lose their power. Become so focused that criticism sounds like background noise. Build a version of yourself that your past self wouldn't recognize. Because here's the truth you've been avoiding. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you confidence. Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to hand you respect. You earn those things every single day. With every decision, with every sacrifice, with every hour of work nobody sees. The life you want is expensive. It costs comfort. It costs laziness. It costs fear. It costs excuses. Most people won't pay that price. That's exactly why they'll never have what they want. The question isn't whether you're capable. The question is whether you're willing. Are you willing to suffer for your goals? Are you willing to outwork your competition? Are you willing to sacrifice the person you are for the person you could become? Or are you going to keep talking because the clock doesn't stop? Your competition doesn't stop. Time doesn't care about your potential. Potential means nothing without action. So make a decision. Stay exactly where you are and accept the life that comes with it. Or stand up, get to work, keep improving, keep winning. And don't stop until the gap between who you are and who you could have been disappears. Because in the end, talent is admired. Success is respected. But discipline? Discipline decides who gets to stand above everyone else. Decide who you're going to be. And once you decide, don't look back. You still don't understand, do you? Reaching the top isn't the hardest part. Staying there is. Anyone can have one good day. Anyone can get lucky once. Anyone can surprise people. But to dominate over and over again, When everyone is studying your every move and waiting for you to fail, that's where the weak disappear. The moment you think you've done enough, someone hungrier starts chasing you. The second you become satisfied with your own progress, you've already started falling behind. There is no finish line for people who refuse to lose. And stop searching for someone to believe in you. Belief is cheap. People will support you when you're successful because success costs them nothing. They'll clap when you've already won. They'll call themselves your biggest supporter after you've done all the work. Their approval has no value. The only opinion that matters is the one staring back at you when you're alone. Can you look at yourself honestly and say you gave everything you had today? If the answer is no, then you haven't earned the right to complain about your results. There's another mistake people make. They become obsessed with defeating everyone around them. That's small thinking. If beating ordinary people is your goal, then you'll become ordinary yourself. Raise your standards. Chase a level so high that the people around you aren't even part of the equation. Force yourself into places where you're the least skilled person in the room. Let your weaknesses embarrass you. Let failure expose every flaw you have. Then erase those flaws one by one until the person who once struggled wouldn't even recognize what you've become. Remember this. The world isn't divided into winners and losers. It's divided into people who confront reality and people who run from it. Reality says you're not good enough yet. Reality says you have more to learn, more to sacrifice, and more to prove. You can hate that truth, or you can use it. The choice was always yours. But if you're going to choose, then choose completely. Don't chase greatness halfway. Don't commit halfway. Don't live halfway. Become so relentless that even your own limits start looking like obstacles meant for someone else. There's one thing about human nature that never fails to disappoint me. The moment people improve, they start looking down instead of looking ahead. They beat one obstacle and suddenly believe they've become special. They want recognition for doing what they should have been doing from the beginning. That's arrogance without ability, and it's worthless. Real confidence doesn't waste time proving itself to people beneath it. It stays focused on the next challenge because it knows that yesterday's victory won't protect you from tomorrow's failure. You keep asking yourself how to become stronger, but you're asking the wrong question. Ask yourself what needs to disappear. Which habits are making you weak? Which people are draining your ambition? Which fears are stealing your opportunities? You don't build an exceptional life by adding meaningless things to it. You build it by cutting away everything that doesn't deserve a place in it. The distractions, the excuses, the comfort, the version of yourself that's terrified of taking risks. Get rid of it. If something stands between you and your goal, it doesn't belong in your life. And don't mistake loneliness for failure. The higher your standards become, the fewer people you'll find walking beside you. Most will stop because the climb is too painful. Others will quit because the view from the bottom is good enough for them. Let them. You weren't meant to carry people who gave up on themselves. Keep moving. Keep climbing. One day, you'll realize being alone at the top is far better than being surrounded by people who were determined to stay at the bottom. In the end, your greatest opponent was never another person. It was the part of you that begged for an easier path. The part that wanted to settle. The part that whispered, "You've done enough." Destroy that version of yourself every single day. Leave it behind and create someone who never accepts limits simply because they exist. The day you stop negotiating with your weakness is the day you become dangerous. And once you become dangerous, don't waste that strength chasing approval. Use it to build a life so far beyond ordinary that the person you used to be wouldn't even dare stand in your way.